YouTube, how to make money weekly with Rivian stocks. So thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe. So Rivian is one of those stocks where we know that the company has a future. There's things that the company needs to work on. And quite frankly, we've been a little bit frustrated as Rivian investors, but you can still make money while the stock is down. So we know what the potential upside is, well over $100. And once the EV space really gets to moving, once we get these new coming kinks wrinkled, ironed out, I'm sorry, I think at that point, Rivian is going to take off. So let me show you how I've been making money with Rivian. All right, so here's the strategy. So the strategy is called the wheel strategy. Okay, so if you go to sell put, for example, this is how you get Rivian at a discount. So essentially, if I go here and I change the expiration date, you can go out as far as you want. So for me, I like to go like 7 to 10 days out. And so right now we see the current price is $10.36. So let's say I want to make $10 off this thing initially without actually owning the stock outright. So if I click the $9 premium here, um, you can see if Rivian does not fall below $9 per share, then I would collect $9. Now, if it did go below $9 by this expiration date, then I would be assigned the shares at whatever price it is. And so, in this particular example, I want Rivian anyway. And if I got it under $9, that would be great. But if I didn't, and let's say Rivian shot up to $11, then I'd be able to sell out of this thing early and collect my, uh, $8 to $9 or whatever it would be. Okay, if I decide to get out earlier, it usually comes at a price. Okay, now let's say I did get assigned the shares, and now I have 100 shares of Rivian at let's say $8.75, for example. All right. Now, one thing I will tell you is, in order to sell the put, you have to have the amount of money. Let me show you here. So you would have to have where it says max loss here. You would have to have this in your brokerage account. So you would have to have $891 to do this. Okay. Now, once I own the 100 shares of Rivian stock, this is what I do. So now I go to sell call. Okay. So now I'll own 100 shares of Rivian. And so I could even change this expiration date to June 21 if I want more of a premium. And essentially, I'm saying, hey, I'm going to go with this $11.50 strike price. And then if Rivian does not go above this $11.50, $40. Okay, so $40 you can see right here. So once you get to $11.90, then you have to kind of revise some things, and maybe you want to roll the options up to a different date, and we'll talk about that another time. Okay, so when you sell the call again, you're essentially saying I don't see Rivian getting past $11.50 by June the 21st, which you can see here, and then you would collect $40. Now, let's say that Rivian starts to go down, you can close out early and collect that $40, and you'll see it in your brokerage account how it works. Okay, so essentially that's the wheel strategy in a nutshell. Essentially, you start off selling a put. Once you're put the shares, then you would turn and you would sell calls. Okay, so now I will say this: when you're selling the puts, and you're not, and it's possible you may go 4 or 5 weeks of not being put to share. So you would just keep running the same strategy. They call it rinse and repeat. So if you never get assigned the shares, so for example, and it doesn't, and I'm not assigned the shares, guess what? I would keep doing the same thing, okay? And then once I get put the shares and I actually own the shares outright, then I would go and sell the calls, okay? And so you can see, once you're in, you could essentially make about $160 per month off basically $1,000. Okay, so if you got $1,000, you can make more than 10% on your money every month by running this strategy. It's safe. You don't really have to worry about expiration dates as it pertains to buying calls. So buying calls is different than selling calls. Okay, so buying, you're more at risk. Selling, you're less at risk. Okay, so keep those in mind. So essentially, this is how you make money weekly with Rivian stock. You can do this with any stock you want to, not necessarily Rivian. So any stock you want, you can do it with Neo, Palantir, SoFi. I mean, the list goes on and on. As long as these particular stocks have a nice premium like Rivian. Okay. So listen, guys, I appreciate you guys. Make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe. And we're out, guys. Peace.